Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Asian Psycho, and this final review of the Dragunov SVD family is going to be on the Hawks Dragunov SVDS. This is the epic variant of the sniper rifle, or sniper rifle family, and obviously by its name, it's named after Hawk, the one of our more recent specialist characters, but that's who he's for. And first thing I want to say is that the color scheme on the Hawks Dragunov SVDS looks badass as fuck. I'll just put that out there right now. Anyways, moving on to the general information of the Hawks Dragunov SVDS, you can only obtain this through, I don't even know if it's available right now in the MYST Plus case. Like, I know it doesn't contain every single rare in the game, or every single rare or epic in the game as of right now, but I don't really know if it's in there at the moment. It is, I don't know how you'd be able to get this, actually, now, after reboot operation, but, I mean, if you do get your hands on it, then, I mean, I'm not going to say it's a bad sniper rifle, but, you know, it is, for what it's worth, it's pretty good, and it's worth your time kind of tinkering around with, because, I mean, it is an epic weapon after all. Anyways, let's get to the statistics of the Hawks Dragunov SVDS. It does have a damage of 96, portability of 4 to 5, rate of fire of 24, accuracy of 95, and recoil of 70, which is complete bullshit. So I'll explain why as we delve into the break down the statistics a little bit more. So damage of 95, it deals 1 more point of damage over the SVDS and the SVDS ghillie, making the total damage buff over the original SVD come to a total of 7 points. Yeah, 7 points. So that's a big damage increase to the Hawks Dragunov SVDS, and you can, I mean, it's only 1 point stronger than the SVDS or SVDS ghillie. You can legitimately get a chance to one-shot someone to the front. Now, granted, this is really only gonna happen to light vesters or recon vesters, but you can have the chance of one-shotting someone to the front. Like, that can happen. It's happened to me before, like once, maybe twice, but the chance is still very, very real. And if you're anywhere hurt, if you're lit up, if you have a light vest or even a medium vest, if you're lit up by like a bullet, like it can be a bullet from anything, like a Glock across the map, and you hit you in the foot, or you know, like a toe. Even if you're hit by that, the Hawks will just finish you one shot. That's how strong it is. It's basically as good as you can get, or a semi-automatic sniper rifle to be a one-shot kill, but it just falls barely short. So just keep that in mind. It's that strong, and by no means should you take it lightly. Just saying that right now. You shouldn't really take it lightly. It can wreck you if you let it. So, that's it. That's great. Has a high damage. Portability, I think that has stayed the same at 45, so there's really nothing special to say there. Rate of fire has been increased from 20 to 24, which is better, because now your follow-up shots will come faster, which is better, because you can kill people faster. That's always great, right? So, that's 4-point increase in rate of fire. It's something. It's not like the biggest change in the world, but you can definitely notice the sniper rifle firing faster than the other variants. The accuracy has been, I don't know if it stayed the same at 95. I think it might have been increased from, yeah, it has been definitely been increased from 93 to 95. So that's a 2-point increase in accuracy, which does help more than you think, because it is a sniper rifle, so any increase in accuracy would help. Because 93 is not bad, but it's nowhere near the level of other accuracies of other sniper rifles. You know, I'm looking at you, Tango 51. But yeah, any accuracy increase or buff is great. And Hawks does have a 2-point increase in accuracy over the other variants. Now, I did say the recoil of 70 was complete bullshit, and here's why. The viewkick on the Hawks Dragunov SVDS is like half that of every other variant of the Dragunov. Like, you can shoot in the gameplay. You've seen, you know, obviously you're watching our reviews, so you guys know how the other variants of the Dragunov family kind of kick whenever I shoot a gun, or you know, shoot it every time. The Hawks Dragunov SVDS has like half the damn view kick of every other variant. It's ridiculous. Combine that with the increased rate of fire. I mean, you only fire like slightly faster, but that's still an increase in the rate of fire. And combine that with the combine those two together, and basically the Hawks Dragunov SVDS is the fastest killing Dragunov variant like ever. I mean, it's kind of obvious because it's kind of like the ultimate variant of the Dragunov family anyway. But not only is it the fastest killing variant in the family, but also is one of the fastest killing semi-automatic sniper rifles in the game. That kind of killing power is honestly kind of ridiculous when it comes to, you know, when you put in the context of semi-automatic and fully automatic sniper rifles. So just keep that in mind. The view kick, the recoil should not be as high as 70. In fact, I'd wager to say it's as low as 60. That's how low it is. And even though it does have a little bit of that, jarring recoil where it goes like a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right, because of view kicks only have as much, it doesn't bother me at all. You can just spam away with that thing, and it'll just come back, it'll come straight back down every single time. Whereas the center speed, this is another thing that I didn't mention in my other Dragunov reviews. The center speeds on the Dragunovs were barely good enough. Like, you could fire at full speed, and you could reliably, just barely reliably, shoot, hit people consistently when you're spamming as fast as you can. The Hawks Dragunov SVDS, you can legitimately spam as fast as you want and not give a shit about it. So that's another thing that the Hawks has going right for it. It's the fact that the center speed is fast enough to, more than fast enough to account for full-on sprays, which is obviously really nice because you can shoot people as fast as you want at your own leisure and not have to worry about, oh man, I have to control my rate of fire and whatnot because the center speed is too jack shit. So just keep that in mind. The time to kill on the Hawks Dragunov SVDS has dramatically risen over any other variant of the Dragunov family because of these three aspects. Other than that, though, the skin, obviously, it does have the same color scheme as, Hawk, who's the specialist that the Hawks Dragunov SVDS is named after, or has been ordained to, and and I think the most, I would say, no, actually no, I think the recoil is the biggest change to the Hawks Dragunov SVDS, but the second biggest change is the fact that it now comes with a 20-round ammunition magazine. Like, what the fuck? That's a huge increase. You basically doubled, Nexon basically doubled the amount of ammo that the Dragunov SVD has in a magazine. And that's freaking ridiculous, because, the only other sniper rifles in the game that have 20-round magazines are, like, hell, the M39 series, M14, what else can I think of? Is no, the VSS only has a 10-round magazine in this game. I was thinking of the VSS in Arma, or Daisy. But regardless, that 20 rounds is a ridiculously huge magazine for a Dragunov, or a semi-automatic in general. That's just huge. So, yeah, 20 rounds of magazine. Not only does it have 20 rounds of magazine, but also it comes with 40 rounds in reserve. That's 3 magazines, 20 rounds each. You have 60 bullets to burn through. That's a shit ton of ammo. That's exactly like the MSG-90 DMR camo, where you have like ammo upon ammo for days to burn. Like, you will barely go through like a tenth of that in reliably in one lifetime. So yeah, the Hawks Dragunov, it's practically the perfect sniper rifle to camp with. You have a lot of ammo. It has a good range. I mean, if you get used to the scope, then that's great. To begin, that's great in itself. It's got increased accuracy, and for what its accuracy is, it's pretty good for basically any map in general, anyway. And yeah, it's got strong damage, reliable rate of fire. It's like the rate of fire that the Hawks has is like in between. It's like the moderate, it's not too fast, but it's not too slow either, and you can definitely control it at your own pace. It's like the perfect rate of fire for a semi-automatic sniper rifle, especially like one of the Dragon's caliber. So I would say it's the perfect, it's one of the best camper snipers that you could ever have. The Hawks, anyway. So 20-round magazine, 40 in reserve, dramatically reduced recoil, and this overall badassery. Hawks is definitely an interesting epic. It's arguably not one of the best epics because obviously it's a semi-automatic sniper rifle. You could do a lot better with like an assault rifle or something. But for what it is, it's very interesting, and it definitely does perform very, very well as long as you perform very, very well on top of it. Again, the Hawks is not like an easy peasy weapon where it's like an easy switch or button that you can press and say that was easy, but definitely it can carry your team to victory if you do well with it, or play very, very smart, play very well, do whatever you need to do to stay alive. So yeah, that will wrap it up for the Dragunov series of reviews. I hope you guys have enjoyed them. But yeah, the Hawks Dragunov SVDS rounds out the Dragunov family, and it is complete. It is the definition or the embodiment of badass. Because yeah, 20-round magazine. Your argument is invalid. So thank you guys very much for watching. We'll wrap this review right now. So I think the next series of reviews will be on the M107CQ family, because that's what's next on the arsenal now after repair operation. So yeah, if you guys are fans of M107 Barrett 50 cals, then you should look forward to the next reviews. So thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later.